election headquarters. This is a special edition of News Channel 9 at 5 o'clock.
And good evening, I'm Christy Casciano.
I'm Jeff Kulikowski. Welcome to your local election headquarters. A lot of important races are on the line tonight, right, Christy? Polls open for another 4 hours with over 100,000 Central New Yorkers already voting early.
The lines are impressive as voters continue to line up at polling places. We have team coverage for you tonight. News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan is at the Onondaga County Board of Elections. And in the 24th Congressional District race, our Josh Martin is following John Katko's campaign. Adrian Smith is following Dana Balter's campaign. We're also following the presidential race closely for you. Two candidates, very different visions for America. Former Vice President Joe Biden spending the morning in his hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania, looking to win America's votes today. President Donald Trump spending the day in the White House, hosting a watch party tonight. Hundreds of guests are expected to be in attendance. Our national coverage continues at 5:30, but first, let's get to News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan in place for our coverage tonight at the Onondaga County Board of Elections. Can't imagine how busy that is there, Andrew. Fill us in.
Christy, it's busy here, and we're hearing from the commissioners that it's busy all across Onondaga County. The county just hit the 200,000 voter turnout mark. That's combining both the early voting and the in-person voting today. That's 20,000 voters short of the all-time turnout record in 2008 when President Barack Obama was elected for the first time. But what will be different tonight is just how quickly the results come in. Because of the pandemic, other people have decided on other ways to vote, and that's why we want to take you right now through the timeline we expect as we learn information tonight.
9 o'clock, the polls close, but any voter already in line will be guaranteed the chance to cast their ballot. Around the same time, between 9 and 9:30, boards of elections region-wide will have their first access to the votes cast by 120,000 Central New Yorkers who lined up over the 9 days of early voting. This data is stored securely and posted publicly.
I expect it to just trickle in. I don't expect a huge one total from early voting.
The first wave of results will come from that early voting. The second wave begins as votes cast on Election Day are counted.
Then around 10 o'clock, the cards will start being driven in from our 155 poll sites throughout the county.
We have runners that go to each polling place and pick up cards and return them to our office.
In Onondaga County, that's a trip to Erie Boulevard from as far away as Delphi Falls or Bridgeport. As the cards come in, the data is again stored securely and eventually posted publicly.
I expect us to know about 3/4 of the vote on election night.
But the last 25% from absentee ballots could determine some close races. Despite the president wanting results tonight, New York has always allowed absentees to trickle in a few days late, as long as the envelope is postmarked Election Day. When they're opened is up to each board of elections. They'll start Monday in Onondaga County.
We start opening those absentees. It's a lot of work to get done. We usually have 14 days. We're going to try to get it done in 4.
Some of those absentee ballots are trickling now. Voters are allowed to bring them in to the Board of Elections today. There's also some voting issues being challenged here today. That's the reason the Board of Elections always sees people on Election Day. So many different things to get through. We'll be here all night. It's a unique vantage point. We'll get to see the polling workers bring back those data cards with all the in-person votes from today. Certainly something I'm really excited to see for the first time. Christy and Jeff.
Andrew, thank you very much. 24th congressional debate, a fiery rematch, is being watched closely by many Central New Yorkers tonight, right?
Yeah, as we mentioned, News Channel 9's Josh Martin and our Adrian Smith are following the candidates in this race. We're going to begin with Josh, who's live at a polling site. He's at St. Michael's Church in Camillus. Josh, polls have shown this race to be a dead heat. How's the Congressman Katko, feeling about this rematch right now?
Well, Christy, Congressman Katko has had a busy day visiting all 4 counties which he currently serves, Wayne, Cayuga, Oswego, and Onondaga. He told us earlier today that he feels confident in his campaign strategy. He's been towing a fine line, talking about his bipartisanship in Washington, as well as distancing himself from the president. Throughout this campaign, we have seen those negative ads. I know our viewers are probably sick of them by now. Dana Balter, John Katko not pulling any punches in this rematch. Congressman Katko is applying for this job for the 4th time. We spoke with him earlier today about his thoughts on voter turnout and this race.
The early results will probably skew Democratic because they were into early voting. But I think on Election Day, we're going to have a heavy Republican turnout. And I think by the end of the night, the ledger will be very well balanced, for sure.
Again, this is a rematch from 2018. John Katko feeling confident in his campaign. Dana Balter, the Democrat, feeling she can best Katko in 2020. Following along with the Balter campaign is News Channel 9's Adrienne Smith. We go to her now in Syracuse. Adrienne.
Josh, similar to Congressman Katko, Dana Balter also spent her election day busy on the campaign trail, engaging with voters across Onondaga County. Her first stop was at the Mother's Cupboard, and that is an election day tradition for her. However, now, even though the Democratic challenger cast her vote last week on the first day of early voting, Balter made her way to her own polling location, and that's at the Spiritual Renewal Center in Syracuse, as a way to thank the poll inspectors and volunteers. And we had the chance to speak with her there and asked a second-time candidate how she's feeling given all of the changes compared to 2018.
The last time around, all of it was new, unexplored territory, and I didn't really know what to expect from one day to the next. Now I do. So that makes it different. But it also is part of what makes this feel different as a candidate, because we're part of, our campaign is part of this giant national movement to bring about the kind of change that we really need.
Instead of those large in-person gatherings that we're used to on election night, Balter, like many other candidates, because of the pandemic, will be only with her close family and friends and campaign staff as those results trickle in. Live in Nottingham High School, Adrienne Smith, News Channel 9.
Adrienne, Josh, Andrew with our team coverage tonight. News Channel 9 and LocalSYR.com is your place for all your election coverage. Your complete voting can be found on LocalSYR.com.